Am I the asshole for telling my siblings that we have to practice saving food for everyone else? My mom passed away 2 months ago, and my fiancé and I quickly became the sole guardians of my 3 younger siblings, 16, 14, and 11. As much as I loved my mom, I know how hard it was growing up under her and how we didn't have a lot. So when I left for college, I did feel guilty leaving my siblings there knowing they wouldn't have much. But I did so for this very reason, so that I could make enough money to get a house that allowed me to house all of them if needed. They understood why I had chosen to go away to college and didn't resent me for leaving them there, which I'm so grateful for. I called everyone down and explained to them that I will never restrict access to any food from them. However, they needed to be 100% considerate of everyone else in the house who also needed to have access to the same food and snacks as them. I told them that we were going to start learning about portion control and saving food for others. And they all said that they understood, and that was sort of the gist of it all. The reason I'm asking if I'm ta because I went to my group for other people who have the same situation as me and talked about it. And another group member told me that I was being a terrible person by controlling what they ate, and that I was going to give them an ED. I am absolutely not trying to control their eating habits. I'm just trying to make sure everyone eats. Am I the asshole? If I am, I will absolutely apologize to them and find ways to help. If in the US, you might be able to file for survivor benefits through Social Security for the kids. You're doing great. Not the asshole, and maybe you can reach out to the nearest food bank and supplement the food that you buy. Teenagers are very expensive to feed. Use the resources in your community to help. I donate regularly to my local food bank because I want people in my community to not have to worry about feeding their families. Families like yours are exactly why I donate. Not the asshole. And you aren't going to give them an ED by teaching them moderation. I know what it is like having to help teenagers and kids to learn this lesson. And it isn't easy, but it is definitely worth it. Food guarding can lead to the same behaviors spilling over into other areas. One child literally tried guarding everything in the home that was a specific color, including their sister's underwear. Good luck. And keep working with your brothers, they will eventually get it. If you live in the US, your siblings could qualify for Social Security benefits. That may help with the extra expenses. Because they have dealt with food insecurity, that may be a difficult thing to break. Are they receiving any kind of counseling? They could get that through the school. Others have suggested food banks, which could help with the food budget. You and your fiancé are doing a fine job taking in your siblings and caring for them. Not the asshole. Nah. Food insecurity doesn't disappear because food is more plentiful now. If anything, it can ratchet up the impulse to as much as you can when the food is available in case the food goes away again. So what your siblings are doing now is absolutely normal and expected for people in their position. It's going to take time before they start to feel truly secure. Not the asshole, but to add, are the kids and/or all of you in therapy to process this transition? If the food thing continues to be an issue, the therapist may be able to get this point across in a safe way. Not the asshole. You aren't trying to control what they eat, only how much they eat, since there are others in the house also. One idea might be to portion out the snacks to each of them and emphasize to them that once their portion is gone, that's it. They get no more, since the other portions belong to the others in the house. If you have a pack of 50 cookies, portion them out into 10 cookies per Ziploc bag, and then put each person's name on the bag. Not the asshole, even if those cookies were split between 3 kids. Eating that whole pack is absolutely fucking excessive. Nah. Food insecurity is rough. Going to be a difficult road going forward. Not really sure what's the best way to handle a situation like this. Just be mindful not to do anything to make things worse. Not the asshole, and you've done a kind thing. Not the asshole. I hope you can get extra government support towards their costs though. Given your mother died and they're minors, there should be some sort of pension towards them. Not the asshole. In addition to a food bank or pantry, you may see if the kids are eligible for some kind of assistance, food stamps or the like. Instead of buying pre-made cookies, what about buying the ingredients and one day a week, bake something? I do understand baking ingredients can add up. Over time it will end up cheaper and maybe a way for everyone to work together for something everyone can enjoy. Plus it may help for them to know what day each week or so there will be cookies. Not the asshole. I understand why you don't want to restrict access, but you may need to shop more frequently for smaller AMTs until they learn to self-regulate. You can tell them over and over and they can understand intellectually. But they probably don't actually know when they are full or how much food is enough. And it will take time for them to learn. More than days or weeks. Have you looked into government assistance? I should think that as guardians of 3 minors, if you're in the US, you should be able to get SNAP benefits. Not the asshole. You did the right thing, but it will take them a while to adjust. Hugs. AITA et al. $10 per person per day used wisely should keep everyone well fed. I get why they went crazy on the valuable resources cookies after growing up with a deficit of food. That's normal and to be expected. It's okay to be upset about it. Helping your siblings past these behaviors will take more than a few conversations though. If you can get affordable counseling as a group, then I strongly suggest it. There are going to be a lot of emotions to unpack for you all. Guidance will help. Not the asshole. My kids are not food insecure in any way and still eat like it's the last time they ever will. I have talks with them about portions and self-control. It's a healthy thing to do to have some boundaries, like not eating 3-4 ice creams in one sitting. Just because it's the favorite and they want to make sure they get their share. AITA. One thing that helps me is having specific snacks that are just mine. So maybe they can each have a shelf or basket with just their snacks that no one else can take. Divide it up and make sure they all have some, and then keep it so they don't have to worry it will be there when they go back. You can also get survivors' Social Security for the 3 young ones. Just wanting to send condolences to you and your family. You're doing an amazing thing. You're absolutely not the asshole, and I hope that you're holding up okay and have had your own time to grieve. If your siblings are used to being food insecure, they may be hoarding food. I am absolutely not trying to control their eating habits. Yes, you are. This is necessary until they learn to ration themselves. Kudos to you for stepping up. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. As a kid who grew up poor and without food often, I get they are resource guarding and need helping learning how to control this desire. Also, get food stamps. Steer your new younglings toward healthy snacks like fruits and cunningly disguised veggies, e.g. celery sticks with peanut butter. Find out what they like. Produce is cheaper than chips and better nutrition. The fiber in fruit satisfies hunger over a longer period than refined carbs. You are an amazing sibling who is doing amazingly while grieving. This is a tragedy, but your siblings will be okay because of you. Many families have to be tight with food budgets. This massive responsibility was just thrust upon you suddenly. The fact that you're being intentional, conscious, and thoughtful is everything. Not the asshole. You can't give them an eating disorder. They already have one or something like it with regards to resource guarding. They likely need professional help. You are a terrific sibling and I hope you can get them help.